So today I wanted to talk a little bit about the two different theories that are involved with how people get sick and how people stay well. There's the germ theory on one side, and then you have what's called the terrain or the environment theory on the other side. And they're conflicting and people don't always quite understand them. So when we look at it, the body doesn't always just simply get sick when you have a pathogen, a germ, or a bacteria, or a virus that is brand new to the environment. Oftentimes, the body fights it off no problem because the internal health and the internal environment of the body is working well. And in our current society, in our current medical system, what we have is a reaction or a reactionary care system that predicates on waiting until we have symptoms to diagnose the disease that's going on, and then taking some sort of medication or giving a surgical intervention to try to fix or react to the problem that you already have. And that's really, really good in emergency care. However, unfortunately, it's not always the best in maintenance and prevention of current wellness that we already have. And so these two theories of illness and sickness come into play in this fact. Either we get sick when there's a new pathogen, a new virus or bacteria that's introduced into our body, or we get sick when our body isn't able to properly fight that off because the internal health of the body isn't working well. And so, they are kind of conflicting and they don't always work together. And so the internal or terrain theory is actually really important. And oftentimes people argue that people get sick when you're not able to fight things off properly, and the health and well-being of your internal environment is promoting excess growth of bacteria or viruses and not allowing your body to fight it off on its own. Your immune system is developed internally in order to fight things off, and you're born with it, you die with it, everything works that way for a reason. And so rather than waiting until we have some sort of an infection, which is what germ theory tends to be, wouldn't it be better if we could actually maintain the health of the body and promote health in the body before we ever get an illness or a sickness, throughout our lifetime? Now, it's kind of a combination of the two, so it doesn't always go one way or the other, and it isn't a cure for every illness on the sun. That's why the medical profession is so necessary, and emergency care specifically is really an important aspect of our healthcare model. But if you can do the things in your life to try to promote overall health and wellness from the beginning until the end, then you're going to stay healthier as a whole for a longer period of time. And so there are many things in our healthcare system, alternative healthcare system, that tend to do really well in promoting that internal health in the body. Among them, eating healthy, exercising, getting proper sunlight on one of these beautiful days. But chiropractic care is also one of those really important aspects to maintenance of internal health and trying to promote that. And during this COVID-19 crisis that we're going through, trying to focus on keeping people healthy before we get ill is really, really important. And so what I want to focus on right now is that chiropractic care's role in your internal environment and your internal health is promoting proper function of the nervous system. Your nervous system controls every aspect of your body, every aspect of your health as a whole. And if your brain can send signals down the spine and out to wherever those go, then it's going to be able to control and regulate the internal system a lot better than if there was some sort of a malfunction or things weren't working at optimum performance. And so our job when we're adjusting you is to remove subluxations causing that interference in communication, and that promotes the internal health by allowing your hormones to work better, your digestion to work better, immune system, heart function, all these things as a whole. Your body, when the nervous system is working well, is able to promote and function as best as possible. Now, there are always limitations of matter, and it isn't a cure for COVID-19 or any other illness, but your body is designed to be able to heal on its own. And so wouldn't you want to try to promote that ability rather than waiting until we have sickness and react to that? That's our goal in the office. And so if we can keep people well from the beginning, as young as possible until as old as possible, and maintain their nervous system health, then everything else is going to work at 100% function. No tissue in the body works very well when there is a lack of communication. And unfortunately, a lot of people have this sort of thing happening. So I bring this back to the start. If we're talking about germ theory, it means that any new bacteria or any virus that we come in contact with will make us sick and will cause us to have illness. That's not how it always works. And so terrain theory has a really big, important factor in our lives. And if we can keep our internal health and the body as a whole working better, then we are going to fight off infection better. We're not going to get sick quite as frequently, and our body is just going to stay healthier as a whole. So that's our overall goal when we are doing adjustments for wellness care and for every patient in our office, to try to promote that internal well-being so that you fight things off before you ever have any problems. I hope everyone has a great weekend, and we look forward to seeing you soon.